So it's a tremendous honor for us. Our next speaker is Daw Khin Hla, a school teacher by trade who will share with us her personal experience now as a refugee.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for giving me a chance to speak here. I am Daw Khin Hla. I am a Rohingya woman. I was born in there 1953. Before my departure from Burma in 2002, I worked as a government middle school teacher. Educators and teachers are held in high social status in the Burmese national culture. My parents were born in Arakan, Western Burma. They were buried in the Arakan soil. My grandparents were born there. They live and work in Burma all their lives, both under the British colonial rule and after Burma's independence in 1948. They too died as full and equal citizens of our country, Burma. In fact, my grandfather named Aduzalil sent a letter of qualification as to his citizenship status as an indigenous Muslim of Arakan or Rakhine in 1949, 1 year after independence. Here in this slide on the screen, you will see the official reply from the Ministry of Justice. Tayai Thana replied officially. The official letter was dated 18 December 1949. Let me read the extract here. It is to inform you that, according to your affidavit, you need not apply for the citizenship certificate as you belong to one of the indigenous races of the Union of Burma, as defined to the Section 31 of the Union of Citizenship 1948, Burma Act number 66, 1948. After independence in 1948, only the individuals who were suspected of being illegal migrants from the then neighboring Eastern Pakistan were scrutinized and were required to apply for the citizenship. According to 1948 citizenship law, they had to provide proof of their ancestral residence in Burma. As Rohingya in Arakan, one of the indigenous ethnic group of Arakan state of Burma, none of the Rohingya needed to apply for the citizenship. Here an example of a Rohingya who was suspected of being a foreigner in Western Burma, but who proved his native roots in Arakan and therefore won full citizenship. Mr. Iman Sharif was initially scrutinized by the government and he got the citizenship certificate on 18 December 1956. This is Mr. Iman Sharif's citizenship certificate. Burma or Western Burma is the only country we know. Even after independence from Britain, our people not only held official position as a Rohingya in the parliament led by the Prime Minister UNU, in the country police and armed forces, in various ministries including health and education. Our own Rohingya ethnic language program has a part of the National Burmese Broadcasting Service, obviously when the approval of Burmese cabinet, including military-led cabinet of General Niue after 1962 military coup. Our Rohingya language was aired 3 times a week from 1961 to 1965. Some official publication of the Ministry of Defense published a story about the law-abiding Rohingya community in northern Arakan state and publicly heaped praise on our cooperation with Burmese central government. When he asked if Rohingyas were ethnically cleansed, Rakhine state government official spokesperson Wim Yang told Reuters News, how can it be ethnic cleansing of Rohingya? Because Rohingya don't exist in Rakhine. Sadly, the contemporary Burmese official and popular contest, the word Bengali is a very racist term, which government and public have used to call us. It has very negative connotation. That we Rohingya don't belong in the nation of Burma, especially Arakan, the old name for Rakhine State, and that was belong only Bengal or the present-day Bangladesh. This is despite the fact that we are born in Burma because of communal prejudice that exists between a Rakhine Buddhist and Muslim Rohingya. We Rohingya were referred by the local racial slur, Khoto Kala. This is official Burmese equivalent of nigger in the West. This is denial of our identity, our history, and our literal presence in Burma is not simply communal. It did not result from the extremists and ultra-racists among the Rakhine community. The Burmese government, military leadership to be precise, has the effect as a matter of policy to deny us nationality and citizenship. I want to stress that central government in the former capital Rangoon and now Naypyidaw is 100% responsible for the razor of identity, making us nationality less, citizenship less, and stateless. I know this personally as a former government middle school teacher. Nearly 20 years ago, in 1995, I attended civil servant training course named Civil Servant Refresher Course at a well-known training town called Phongji. All teachers and other public servants are required to undergo 6-week-long training, where they are given various ideological and paramilitary training, although the training was officially organized by the Department of Civil Service. In reality, it was run by the country military intelligence service, led by General Kenyo. Many instructors of the course were down from the military intelligence service. They were especially sanctioned specifically on the Rohingya. During the training, the officers repeatedly said that there were many illegal immigrant Bengalis in Rakhine State. They used PowerPoint presentation with all kinds of fabricated statistics. They used to tell us the Trinidad Bengalis have many wives and dozens of children, at least 20 to 30. Their population explosion pose threat to Burma's national security. As a result, hatred and lies about our history and identity has spread across the various classes and ethnic groups throughout the country over time through this kind of anti-Rohingya propaganda caused through the government school and institution. Now the words Rohingya is not mentionable in any popular Burmese conversation. The hatred spread in the training were mobilized in the ground. Discrimination in the school grew up. During my childhood and during my service at the government education department, most of the teachers in northern Arakan are Rohingyas. Although they were Rakhine teachers, didn't have problem. Let me say, we enjoyed the peace. We were harmonized, but this Burmese dictator, General Niue, launched the King Dragon operation in 1976, attempting to drive us out of our ancestral Arakan state. The Rakhine and we Rohingya were pitted against one another. It has been a classist divide and rule. Since that of Niue and our Niue's one-party rule, we have been labeled as illegal immigrant. Communal peace in Arakan had gone. We are banned to be parts of the government offices, department, any sector. Many government officers staff were forced to be retired, forced to resign and terminated. Many handlers who complained were even sent to prison or were forced to flee the country. As a conclusion, I would like to request of all President Obama and Americans help us. As I have said earlier, today, because of Burma and anti-Rohingya policies, in my family and I have become refugee in Western countries. Our family has been broken up and scattered across the world. My older son and daughter sought refuge and settled in USA. One another son and his family ended up in Germany, where they now live. The parents, me and my husband, were given asylum in the United Kingdom, where we live in. We came from the prominent, well-to-do, professional Rohingya family, so our situation as a refugee is incomparably better than most other refugees. Burma's Ministry of Immigration began issuing all peoples of the country national registration card (NRC) in 1950. NRC were in fact proof of the one official nationality. My parents were issued there, and so were their children, my sibling and I. Now their grandchildren who remain in Arakan, Burma today are holding temporary registration card, this one. This is one generation. Grandchildren of an indigenous man are made non-national of Burma, non-citizens. Worse yet, our new generation, and in fact, all of us, indigenous Muslims of Arakan, are called Bengali. In addition to being stripped of our nationality and citizenship, we Rohingya are suffering from lack of basic health service too. We hardly had access to doctors, clinics in the region, but we could understand that the countries were undeveloped. Lacking medical treatment was nationwide. But since 1992, the Burma restriction on Rohingya were imposed by the military regime, and the lives of the people were being unable to save just because of movement restriction. As the discrimination on the Rohingya increased by day, local hospitals are like forbidden for Rohingyas. As for now, Rohingya have no way to save life. Many NGOs are trying to save the lives of Rohingya. Even they are treating equally Rohingyas and Rakhine. They are being accused as a base. They are under many restrictions, and the most helpful agency, Doctors Without Borders, Maltese, were removed by the so-called democratic government. There have been reports about Rohingya pregnant women who have been killed at the City General Hospital. It is shocking that the medical doctors and nurses who must abide the professional ethics to save all lives are involved killing even Rohingya pregnant women and babies. In our region, everything is now poisoned by the religious and hatred, racism. I want to say in conclusion, the government of Myanmar, Burma, is instrumental in the worsening plight of the Rohingya Burma. Burma's rulers since 1970 are fully responsible for the violence against and destruction of us, the Rohingya. We are not destroyed by the communal prejudice from Rakhine Buddhists. We are being destroyed by the central government policy, which including giving local ultra-racists a blanket impunity, as they attempt to hurt mentally and physically. Thank you for hearing our stories.